so the next part is entrance exams. So just on entrance exams, only Oxbridge and I think Imperial also have these. So I think Shanzida is gonna lead on this part.
Yeah, so there's only entrance exams for Cambridge and Oxford, but we'll speak about the Imperial one. So physics and engineering, you need to take the PAT for Oxford, and for single math students, it's like you won't learn the year 13 content for maths before the entrance exam. So it's like we would recommend that you learn ahead on the year 13 maths course. For the PAT, you want to do as many past papers as possible to get used to the actual paper, because there's a lot of like long answer questions, and you'd be surprised, like it takes a lot of practice to get used to trying to answer those questions, and timing is a really big thing, and the only way you'd get better at timing is if you keep practicing, and you need to learn how to learn when to know when to realize you need to move on to the next question, because if you're spending too much time on a question and then you have all of these other questions on the paper left, you don't want to spend any more time on that question. So I want to study engineering.org is a good place for high level problem solving questions. So if you run out of papers, you can just go on that website and just do more practice. So the more practice you do, the better. And the next point is so on Isaac Physics, this is good for interviews as well. Level 4 and 5 questions on Isaac Physics will get you used to the difficult types of questions that will come up, because you'll get used to like doing lots of working out and then like making sure you know like you're working out and it's clear, so you know what you wrote down. So then if it's clear, like the examiner will also know what you're writing down. So you need to because those questions will help you get used to that. Method is really important as well, because even if you don't get the answer, you get marks on the method you used. So that's really important.
Yeah, so can I just butt in, Shanzida?
Yeah, that's fine.
I was gonna say, so these entrance exam, because I did the PAT. So in the entrance exam, it's more kind of deriving stuff and more algebraic work rather than using numbers. So maybe at the end of the question, they may ask you to substitute numbers into your problem, but most of the problem would be kind of algebraic manipulation and derivation. Like, would you guys agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why these kind of problem solving things are really important, because you don't know what you're going to be given. It's not going to be substitute these numbers into this equation. It's going to be deriving. It's going to be algebraic manipulation. So having practice of that is important. And I did the PAT, and what I learned from that was, if you want to do well in the PAT, definitely learn ahead of the maths course, because you're probably going to be doing the PAT in October or November, but there may be stuff from the maths course that you might only be taught in March or February. So if you do want to do well, which I hope you do, definitely learn ahead. So
yeah. The final point, wait. So Imperial have a small exam. It has only 8 questions. I didn't know about this, but once I got my offer for the interview, they told me that I have to complete a math exam online, and so because it was like all of a sudden, you can't really prepare for it. But what you want to be doing is like you want to like in class in general, like just always do the extension questions and the high level questions, especially with calculus, because engineering is or like even in the interview you'd probably be asked a calculus question, and so it isn't too much preparation for that, but yeah, just always be stretching yourself in maths especially. Is it the next slide?
Yeah, just to carry on from Sandida, I did the FAQ for the Cambridge chemical engineering course, and you can go down. There's a natural sciences, which is more like a biology based, and then there's more chemical engineering, which is more physics based. With the SAQ, there's I think 5 sections, and you can choose I think 2 or 3 out of those 5 sections. So it's biology, chemistry, maths, further maths, and physics. And you have both multiple choice and long answer questions. Most of it is just on the A-level spec for chemistry and biology, because those are the 2 ones that I did. And in terms of maths, I would also recommend doing the extension questions and the problem solving. And what I did was I looked at the OCR MEI papers on that website, Physics and Maths Tutor, and that kind of helped me doing when I was doing the exam. Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, the past papers are available on the University of Cambridge website, but there's only like 2 or 3, so because the exam's relatively new, and yeah, they provide a specification which I printed out, and it will just tell you all the content that you need to know, and keep an eye on your time because it passes by very quickly.
Just I think if you look at all of the advice that we can give for entrance exams, I think the notice is there's nothing much different to any other exam that you've done coming up to this time. Like these exams, there's no magic formula. Like when people ask me, how did you revise for the PAT? It literally is as simple as revising for your A-levels or for your GCSEs. It's past
Definitely.
papers, it's focusing on time, getting used to the type of questions they ask, reading the mark scheme to see what the examiner is looking for. Like there's no specific thing that you need to do for these exams that you wouldn't do for other things. It's like it's much simpler than what people make it out to be, I think. Cool.